Welcome to my channel, USA Battle Zone. Today's story will take you deep into the heart of pride, precision, and the humbling truth that greatness sometimes wears the most unexpected uniform. The camera fades in through a swirl of dust and desert wind, the sound of gunfire echoing in the distance. We zoom in on a military base training ground, the kind where the air smells like gun oil and sweat, and every man carries the weight of perfection on his shoulders. It's the annual Eagle Eye Challenge, a shooting competition that brings together elite marksmen from across the branches, Marines, Rangers, Green Berets, and the legendary Navy SEALs. But at the top of the list, commanding quiet respect, stands Chief Gunnery Sergeant Raymond Cole, the sniper chief of the base. Cole is a man carved from discipline itself, chiseled face, calm eyes, and a voice that cuts like a rifle shot. He's seen more sandstorms and battles than most recruits have had birthdays. And when he speaks, even the SEALs listen. "All right, boys," he growls, his southern drawl faint but firm. "We're about to see who's got the cleanest shot in the United States Armed Forces." The shooters line up, each armed with custom-tuned rifles gleaming under the Arizona sun. Every trigger pull is a test of control, every breath a battle against imperfection. Targets stand 600 meters out, no easy feat even for the best. The first round begins. Shots crack through the air like thunder. Dust kicks up. The spotters call out the hits. The SEALs, of course, dominate early, precision like clockwork. The Marines hold their ground, disciplined and steady. The Rangers push hard, their focus sharp as steel. And then, someone laughs behind the line. A quiet chuckle that doesn't belong in the soundscape of war. The shooters glance back. It's Earl, the janitor. Gray hair, hunched back, mop in hand, wearing faded overalls stained from years of cleaning. His name tag is half torn, his boots caked with grime. He's been working the base longer than anyone can remember. Always sweeping, always silent. Chief Cole smirks, shaking his head. "You think something's funny, old man." Earl shrugs, his smile faint but kind. "Just reminds me of old times, Chief. Back when a man didn't need all them fancy optics to hit a dime at 600. Laughter breaks out among the younger soldiers. Even some SEALs chuckle. Cole doesn't. He narrows his eyes. "That's so." Earl nods. "Yes sir. Guess muscle memory never dies." Cole crosses his arms. "Tell you what, since you're so amused, why don't you take a shot? See if that mop hand can hit anything that ain't dust." The laughter grows louder. The chief's tone is teasing, but there's a hint of challenge buried deep in it, the kind that soldiers can't resist. Earl looks at the rifle racks. "You sure about that, Chief?" Cole smirks. "You break it, you buy it." Without another word, Earl leans his mop against the fence and steps forward. The sun catches his eyes, not the dull blue of an old man, but the sharp, calculating gaze of someone who's seen war through a scope. He picks up a sniper rifle, an M40A6, the kind used by Marine snipers for long-range precision. He checks the bolt, adjusts the scope, and in that single motion, the joking fades. Every soldier watching can feel it, the shift in the air. The old janitor doesn't look like a janitor anymore. He lies prone, steady as stone. The range officer gives a nod. Target at 600 meters. Earl breathes in. Then, softly, like the wind itself whispered it, crack. The bullet snaps through the air and punches the target dead center. The spotter blinks. Bullseye. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. Cole tilts his head. Lucky shot. Earl chambers another round. Doesn't say a word. Crack. Another bullseye. The laughter's gone now. The only sound is the wind sweeping across the desert, carrying disbelief with it. "Move the target," Cole says, his voice tightening. 1,000 meters. The target slides back, disappearing into a shimmer of heat waves. Even the SEALs frown. That's no small distance. Earl adjusts his scope again, barely touching it. He takes a breath. The world around him falls silent. Even the insects seem to pause. Then, crack. Dead center. The range officer's jaw drops. Confirmed bullseye, at 1,000 meters. Cole stares. For a heartbeat, he can't speak. He steps forward, crouching beside Earl. "Who the hell are you?" Earl finally stands, his knees cracking softly as he sets the rifle down. He wipes a bit of dust from his sleeve and looks the chief dead in the eye. Once upon a time, I was Gunnery Sergeant Earl Jennings, 3rd Recon, Vietnam. Long-range sniper team. The silence that follows is heavy. You can almost hear the sound of pride cracking in the chief's chest. Every soldier on that line, every ranger, every SEAL, suddenly realizes who's standing before them. Earl nods once, his expression humble. Back then, we didn't have scopes like that. Just a rifle, a spotter, and a lot of praying. He starts to walk away, but Cole calls out, voice softer now. Wait, why didn't anyone know? Earl glances back, eyes glistening just slightly. Ain't nobody asked, and I didn't need medals to tell me I did my duty. Cleaning floors here, that's my piece. The chief looks down at the rifle, then back at the man walking away, mop in hand again, like nothing happened. That night, the barracks are quieter than usual. The men sit around talking about what they saw, the janitor who outshot the SEALs. Some call it legend, others call it a lesson. Chief Cole sits alone in his office, the rifle on his desk. He replays the shots in his mind, perfect, steady, without hesitation. He realizes something he hadn't in years. Skill fades, pride doesn't. And sometimes, humility is the truest form of strength. The next morning, when Earl comes to mop the training hall, he finds something taped to his bucket, a small box wrapped in brown paper. He opens it carefully. Inside lies a polished brass coin, an official marksmanship challenge coin, engraved with the chief's signature and a single phrase. Greater than, to the man who reminded us what excellence truly is. Earl smiles faintly, his eyes well up just enough to blur the coin for a moment. He slips it into his pocket and goes back to mopping, whistling an old tune from a war long past. The chief steps out of his office and watches him for a while. Then he salutes. Not playfully, not mockingly, but with genuine respect. Earl pauses, returns the salute, then goes back to work. Months later, word spreads through the base that Earl passed away quietly in his sleep. He'd been found in the janitor's quarters, his uniform folded neatly beside his bed, his medals tucked in a small box labeled simply, for the next soldier who forgets what honor means. At his funeral, every branch is represented. Marines, Rangers, SEALs, all standing shoulder to shoulder. Chief Cole gives the eulogy, voice steady but heavy with emotion. He taught us something you can't learn on the range, Cole says, looking out at the sea of uniforms. He taught us that no matter how high we rise, the measure of a man isn't in his rank or ribbons, it's in the way he carries his duty when nobody's watching. As taps plays in the distance, a sniper rifle fires one last salute. The bullet strikes a distant target, perfectly centered. Cole looks up at the horizon and whispers, "Bullseye, Earl." The camera fades out slowly, the American flag fluttering in the breeze. The light fades into a warm glow, and the voiceover returns, calm, reflective. Sometimes, heroes don't wear stars. They wear name tags. They sweep floors. They fade into the background, until fate calls them forward to remind us all what true greatness looks like. Gunnery Sergeant Earl Jennings wasn't just a sniper. He was a symbol of humility, precision, and quiet strength. End scene. Cinematic outro. The sun sets over the base. The flag waves in slow motion. The camera pans across the shooting range, where a single target still stands, a hole perfectly centered. This was USA Battle Zone. If this story touched your heart, if it made you proud of the silent warriors among us, hit that like button. Share this with someone who believes in quiet courage, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that honor the unseen heroes of our nation. Until next time, stay humble, stay strong, and aim true.